All right, turning to the CFL news and the huge news that Canadian Nathan Rourke is returning to the BC Lions. Of course, the CFL welcomes him with open arms, rather. But you know this has been a long and arduous journey for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 years. He's been trying to crack a roster in the NFL, and he kind of made a little movement when he went to the Patriots, kind of became the second guy. And then when he signed with the Atlanta Falcons, that QB room was just so cluttered. So we knew that this was likely eventually going to happen. He was back in BC for the first time Wednesday at practice. There was a few dozen people there to watch it. It was the biggest media contingency they had seen all year long. And really, Nathan Rourke said he's just happy to be able to participate in football games again.
I mean, it's not as glamorous as you might think. Like it is football at the end of the day. It's a lot more money, a lot more business. It's not as it's not as shocked as you might think.
Did you feel the adjustment, having to get the ball to the sidelines in this field versus what you've been doing a bit? Like, does it take time?
I mean, it is big, but there wasn't a moment today where I went, oh man, I don't think I'm not used to making that type of throw. Like you kind of adjust pretty quickly. I like the fact there's so much space, a lot more room to throw things, bigger windows, I would say. So that's nice.
I can't even imagine the work that was put in, learning playbooks and doing all the stuff you had to do and moving around, all that. It's the journey of pro football, but hopefully this provides him some stability and happiness and all those things. And I think he loves being here, and we love having him.
I've been frustrated the last 6 months or even a year and a half, and I have to keep reminding myself that it's not the game's fault, it's the situation. I still love the game very much, and it's a lot more fun when you're able to participate in it.
All right, well, with more, let's get back to Sarah.
We're joined now by Farhan Lalji at Lions practice. And Farhan, just first off, how'd Nathan Rourke look out there?
Looked very good considering how little football he's played in the last 18 months. And, he probably went through at least 20 passes during the Skelly and team periods before the ball actually hit the ground on a pass that was broken up. So he looked comfortable. He looked comfortable with the width of the field. And, I asked him after getting no reps, what did it feel like to get every rep? Were you tired at all? And he said, no, I do extra conditioning. I've always prepared to get every rep and to be the starter. So he looked pretty good out there.
So speaking of preparation, realistically, Farhan, how much of the offense will Rourke know when he plays on Sunday?
Well, after one day of practice, we asked offensive coordinator Jordan McSimic, and he says he's about 90% there. He's going to feel no limitations. He says there are a few plays where the verbiage might have changed since 2022 or a couple of concepts that have been added, but by and large, he knows this offense. He's got a great comfort with Jordan McSimic. Rourke himself said as much as anything, he's got to forget some of the other offenses he's learned, in the NFL, especially, with New York and Atlanta in the last couple of weeks. So one thing we saw in practice was Rourke tried to spread the ball around to a number of different receivers, and I asked him, were you trying to build chemistry with some guys that maybe you didn't play with earlier? And he said, nope, I'm just going through the reads and progressions the way I always have. He's such a fast processor, so I think Jordan McSimic wants to take full advantage, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of limitations on Sunday.
Well, and then there's the other quarterback, Vernon Adams Jr. He's out with a knee injury. Did you see him at practice, and is there any indication of how he's dealing with Rourke's signing?
Yeah, he was here for the start of practice. He was on the bike for a bit and did some additional range and flexibility work as he tries to work his way back with that knee injury. He's not going to play this week, and then he left practice early to do a visit with Children's Hospital. But I did get a chance to text with him yesterday, and I'll be honest with you, just the gracious and professional approach he has taken to this situation. Given how well he's played for the first half of the season and where this could potentially go, it's been amazing. And the one thing with VA and Nathan is that they actually like each other, going back to what happened in 2022. And Nathan even says, look, I expect VA to play again as well. So I think there are going to be some people in that locker room that are a little bit conflicted. Maybe guys that didn't play with Nathan and feel a level of loyalty to Vernon. But I don't think you're going to see Vernon initiate those kinds of discussions. So while you may get a conflicted locker room at certain times, I don't think you're going to get a divided one, because I think both quarterbacks are going to take the right team first approach going forward here for the balance of the season.
Well, when you have a tandem like this that like each other, of course, anything is possible. Farhan, thanks for this.